I used to be anxious, a huge worrier, people pleaser. I was so concerned about what other people thought about me that I was disconnected from what I really wanted and what was true for me. And over the course of 20 years of meditation, I've become a person that the 19-year-old version of me would not have recognized, because when you meditate, so many different transformations come in, mentally, emotionally, most clearly, also physically, and of course, spiritually. So in this video, I'm going to talk about all of that. My name's Kathy, and for the past 25 years, I've worked with women to come home to themselves, to their intuition, to their peace, presence, and prosperity. And my clients are across the globe. In this video, I'm going to share what really happens after practicing meditation for over a decade and how you can experience the deep peace, clarity, and inner change that comes with all that transformation. So it's been really scientifically validated that meditation helps the mind, right? It helps clear stress and helps you become more present. And I'm going to take you back to where I was when I was 19. I was thin as a rail and anorexic because food felt like the only thing in my life that I could control, right? So much going on, so much pressure. I was in ballet, so pressure from the coaches, pressure to do things right and get the lines right, and also competition and a lot of cattiness. So the emotional toll it was taking impacted my sleep, impacted my tension levels hugely. There was so much going on. So food was the only thing I felt like I could control. I was pretty much always in pain because I was working physically super hard. And the most shocking thing was I didn't realize I'm a highly sensitive person at that time. So I was also taking on a lot of other people's energies and worry and challenges and stuff like that. Cue meditation. So at 19, I started to meditate, first at 10 minutes for a stretch. And nothing really dramatic happened initially. But I was committed and I did it every single day. And over time, things began to shift. The constant noise in my head started to calm down. And it felt like, my mind went from being a choppy lake with all these thoughts and all this chaos to a calm, not always still lake, but much calmer, much more peaceful. And it didn't happen all at once. And it wasn't permanently quiet, but my thinking did become quieter and calmer and more tolerable, honestly. And that's when I realized something huge. As your mind quiets, you realize, not all of what I'm worrying about, most of it's not even real, right? It's not that not all of it is real. It's like most of it isn't even real. So instead of feeling like I had to protect myself from the world, I started to feel more of a sense of being taken care of by the universe. And I began to feel more at home within myself, less hypervigilant, and more at peace. So I began to trust life in a way that I hadn't really before. And the result was then that I was less anxious, less wasted energy, right? Because all that worry, all that stuff is wasted energy. I was less judgmental of situations and people, most importantly, myself and my body. I had much, much less judgment of my own body. So meditation didn't just relax me, it changed my relationship with reality. Okay? So do you feel constantly on edge or like you have to control situations, or that there's one thing in particular that you control because everything else feels out of control. And if you do, click on the first link in the description and we'll connect and I'll support you, because that's really challenging. It's a hard way to live and there are easier ways. What happens after your mind starts to quiet? How do you then begin to trust yourself? So meditation helps with this, and it's not something that many people talk about. One of the biggest problems I see when people come to me is a lack of self-trust. They don't believe in themselves, they doubt, they don't feel like they can count on their intuitive nudges very much. And hear me out, I completely understand that because that's the way I was initially. I used to struggle with that issue, and growing up, the way I learned to make decisions was to make two columns, right? The one was the pros, or like why to do something, and the other one was the cons, or why not to do something. And it was very heady, right? And so I would make these lists and then I would look at it and I'd be like, well, it's still challenging. I feel stuck because maybe the cons was a longer list, but the pros felt like more important or more stronger. And so then it's like, how do I figure this out? So meditation changed the way I made decisions, because as my mind started to get quieter, my inner wisdom was able to bubble up and run the show. It's like what I tell a lot of clients. We are using our mind backwards. The heart is meant to be the CEO, and the mind is meant to be the secretary. It's good at calculations, it's good at taking notes, it's good at formulating things. The heart has the wisdom and indicates the direction, right? And so instead of overanalyzing everything, as the mind became quieter, my inner GPS, that inner direction, that inner knowing, dictated and started to run the show, because your inner wisdom isn't necessarily loud, right? So sometimes we have to quiet the chatter to really get to those nuggets. So being able to quiet the mind and listen to that inner guidance, that's when you don't have to analyze every turn. You just follow the direction and trust it, and follow another direction, like, follow where to step next and go next. And it makes life so much easier, because doubt wastes energy. Okay? And learning to do this and coming back into alignment with my soul, with my inner wisdom, made me into a very different person, because there's a huge sense of peace that comes from believing in yourself. All right. So if you'd like to know what I do to practice inner peace, join my email list in the second link. And then if meditation helps you trust yourself, what does that change for you over time? How does it change you and your personality and shift that? So meditation helps shift your future. And that's one of the things that I'm super grateful about, and the consistency of practice. And of course, it's very important to find a practice that resonates with you. Otherwise, you won't do it. If it's like something someone said, like, I'll just give an example. Following the breath is a very common meditation technique, and it does not work for me at all. It makes me anxious, right? But there are thousands of other techniques. If you don't like one, we can find one that works. So one day my dad said something that really struck me and felt so good, because it was like external validation of the change that I knew had taken place. And he said something to the effect of, you don't handle situations in the way that you used to. You handle them so much better. And it's really true because of the practice, because of coming home to myself again and again. You see, I used to be super type A. You probably heard me. I said perfectionism was drilled into me. And, so that leads to a type of vigilance and, control freakness and stuff like that. And so hearing him say that helped me recognize that, no, the way I handle situations is much more relaxed, much more trusting that everything is always working out for me. Everything is always working out for you, right? It's for our highest good, even when it doesn't feel that way. And that leads to a sense of ease in our life. Meditation doesn't make life perfect. Challenges still come, but instead of reacting with anxiety, you can respond, right? There's a huge difference between reaction and response. Reaction is sort of with a sense of ungroundedness, and response is, I'm responding to the moment, right? And I know that I'm capable of responding to anything that arises in my life. And I know on one level that that's true of you too. I've seen it thousands of times with thousands of women. And so meditation doesn't remove life's challenges. It changes how you navigate them and experience them. So now life feels more relaxed, with greater presence, with more focus, and it feels more blessed. So I'm not living with the constant worry that I used to. And I don't feel that peace is something far away from me. Peace is right here. It's always available. It's just as you get this mind, that chatty mind, to relax, peace is behind that. And peace will more and more become your baseline so that you can respond to the situations that arise rather than getting agitated and worried and anxious and concerned. So when you come into that space of greater alignment with yourself, there's a deep knowing that life is loving and it's supporting you, which it is. Even your breath is an example and demonstration of that. Thank you so much for watching to the end. And I invite you to join my tribe. Head to the second link below and join my email list. I'll send you tips and support for life's journey. And if you would love something deeper, click the first link and we'll connect one-to-one.